What's up everyone, my name is Marcel Flores. Welcome to today's video. I'm gonna take you guys vintage shopping, thrifting, so you guys can hopefully get some inspiration to thrift yourself. And I'm hoping I find some cool pieces that I can share with you today. Let's go. Back in the studio, and I'm happy to report that I did find a bunch of dope pieces, including what I'm wearing now. You see the rack is full, so I'm gonna walk you through that. It actually ended up being 7 solid looks, some of which are a little bit more late summer, some of which are already gonna be a little bit of early fall since that is around the corner. One last thing before we get started, I know the past few videos have been pretty fast fashion focused because I know a lot of you guys do shop at fast fashion stores, but I'm hoping that I can influence you to make smarter decisions on what to buy. And I still very much have sustainability on my mind, which is why today we have this little vintage haul, which obviously is one of the most sustainable ways to shop because you're using pieces that are already in existence and have been, in some cases, for a couple of decades or longer, and I'm really excited to show you what I found. Let's get started with what I'm wearing right now. This iconic image is from the building of the Empire State Building, I almost said Rockefeller. In New York, obviously I left New York a little while ago, but it's still nice to just have some New York memorabilia. Has a nice oversized fit, as does a lot of the stuff that I have here today. Shopping vintage will often be oversized because it's really hard to find the exact fit, but at the same time it's also, you know, if you're shopping vintage pieces, the fit back then was just more loose. So a lot of these pieces are gonna be more loose. On my legs, I'm wearing a pair of Levi's 550 jeans that arguably are probably from around like the 90s, maybe. Really nice, dope, relaxed fit, but they actually have somewhat of a high waist, which I think is really nice and is actually kind of what is trending right now. The Zara jeans that I love so much have this pretty much exact fit. They're maybe a bit more relaxed, but that is completely fine with me. And like I said, more sustainable and actually pretty affordable at around like $40 that I paid for these. On my feet, I've got my birthday present. I got myself the Christian Dior high top sneakers. Absolutely love these. Obviously, these are not vintage footwear. Vintage for me is pretty difficult, so none of the shoes that you'll see today are from vintage stores. But like I said, we're gonna talk about fall a little bit, and I actually found this. I'm just gonna hang this around Frank. I found this super dope trench coat for $32. It's a tan trench coat, it's a size large. As you can see, it's pretty roomy. The weirdest thing about that is the sleeves, because the sleeves are pretty long, which I actually love. What I love doing with my trench coats is pull the sleeves up, which is not something you're supposed to necessarily do. It like defeats the purpose of wind and rain protection, but I think it's a nice stylistic choice. And obviously I live in LA now, so the need for a true trench coat is fairly minimal. So I'm probably gonna use this much more as a style piece like so. And I think for $32, that's an incredible steal. Even the cashier was like, what, $32? Is that correct? And it was. So this is outfit number 1. Outfit number 2 is a bit more on the simplistic side. It's the same jeans that I wore in the first outfit, this time with a pair of Adidas Supercourt sneakers, and up top, this Washington Crew long sleeve. Now, if I saw this in a store and it was new, I probably wouldn't have bought it. Does it look cool? Like, I think it's a nice faded blue, and the yellow accent actually really does it for me. But I probably wouldn't have bought it because it wouldn't be special enough. But I feel like with this thing, I actually kind of get to tell the story of someone who wore it before. I have no connection to Washington. I don't know what Crew is. It's probably like a rowing boat, I don't know, type situation. But I think it looks cool. It's oversized, like I said, a lot of the pieces will be. So it has a nice fit. Like I said, I love the faded blue. And honestly, I think because it has a story, I think this piece is much more special than something similar that you could buy new at a steal for $28. Outfit number 3, we've got a Pendleton wool shirt that is absolutely amazing. Pendleton is a classic American company that is known for these types of fabrics, and it was really affordable. Like, it is truly like a vintage piece at I think $38, and I really like it. Nice and slim fit, one of the few pieces that does have a nice and slim fit. Underneath, I'm just wearing a Uniqlo U t-shirt out of my wardrobe just to complete this look a little bit. On my legs, we've got Wrangler jeans. These are white jeans, and yes, I do like to wear white jeans, not only in the fall, but also in the winter. I know it's technically a taboo. I think they look cool, especially with these darker colors, and then finish the look off with a pair of boots, because these jeans are actually boot cut, which is something I don't think I would have ever caught myself in. But because I was in a vintage store, I felt like it becomes a different narrative. Would I walk into a store and buy a new pair of jeans that's bootcut? Probably not. But this is like a reminder that fashion moves in cycles of 30 years approximately. So what was poppin' 30 years ago is eventually gonna come back in some way, shape, or form. And I think I'm starting to embrace looser fits and even a boot cut like here that then go really well with the boots. Our split toe boots in espresso brown suede. These are actually back in stock now because we are getting ready for fall, and I'm really excited for boot season. Outfit number 4, the same pair of Wrangler jeans as before, this time with a pair of Adidas Supercourt sneakers. Once again, I think they're a nice new sneaker that's 1, affordable, but 2, also really versatile and has a little bit of a throwback aesthetic that works really well with these vintage looks, I I think personally. Up top, we have this short sleeve sweatshirt. So why I picked this out is because it's a nice gray sweatshirt and I like the short sleeve. I think it's just a cool look. Always thought so. Short sleeve sweatshirts are like a thing that you don't see a lot, but if they're done right, they can look really, really cool. And then why I really liked it is these little paws here. It's just a small detail, but it's like really cute. There's some writing on the back, no real idea what it refers to. I think it fits really nicely. I rolled up the sleeve a couple of times because as it gets oversized, sleeves can start to look kind of like this house shape, and I like having them a bit more tapered. Rolling them up will do that. And if you want to introduce a little bit of color to the outfit, I found this super dope orange jacket that has really white sleeves. So once again, I'm rolling them up. But I think the detail here with this knitted transition from the shoulder into the arm, I think is really, really dope. It just makes it a little bit more special. And it also makes it a little bit more wearable because this is otherwise just an orange jacket. And somehow this ties it in a little bit more easily, especially with an otherwise achromatic look that even ties in the white from the jeans and the sneakers into the sleeves up here. So I think that's a nice little retro vibe. But if this is too much for you, obviously take the jacket back off and you're good to go as well. Look number 5, I found this super dope white sweatshirt with a panda print up front. I just thought it was cute, and also it's white and black, so it's easily combinable. If you do go for prints or something a bit more out there, try and think about the colors that you're integrating so you don't make it impossible for you to combine these pieces. This is very easily combined if you just keep it achromatic, for example, like I did here. I've got a pair of Tommy Hilfiger jeans on that are probably my favorite jeans that I copped today. They all seem like they're somewhat similar in the fit, but I hope through the video that you can see that they're different enough. I really, really love how these fit. They have a nice washed out black color, and I put the Christian Dior sneakers back on because white, black, and I think any high top shoe like the Dior's, your Converse, even your Vans high tops, the old schools, work really well with this type of look. And then what I want to point out is the fit difference between the sweatshirt and the jeans. Normally with jeans this baggy, I'd want to go fairly baggy up top too, and while this is somewhat relaxed, it's not really long. It's not how I would usually wear it, but I think it has a little bit of that 90s vibe. Once again, like if I just put the sweater on like this, move up, it kind of sits like right where my hip bone is, so like technically this is the right length for my body. I think this is a unique look that is a bit more on the vintage side, but it definitely works really well, I think, in an outfit like this. Look number 6A. You'll see what I mean by that in just a second. We've got this railroad stripe shirt in gray and like a, honestly at this point, darker gray. Originally it was probably once black. I think it's a really dope shirt. There is a lot of room in the sleeves here, which I think might be just a little bit too much for me, so I might bring this back to the Bearded Beagle, which is, I went to another location of the Bearded Beagle, and like, all the clothes that you saw today are from there. If you're in LA, check them out. It's an amazing vintage store. They have really solid pieces, solid prices, and I can return this and then just get like a gift card and get something else. I unfortunately can't return it for money, but that's okay, because why not do some more vintage videos for you guys? So how I wore this is with the same Tommy jeans and then underneath just a H&M t-shirt, a gray t-shirt for an achromatic look, and finish that off with a pair of black Doc Martens. Now if this is a little bit too simple for you or too boring, the all dark, all gray and black look, you can unleash your inner fresh prince. Tell me this isn't Will Smith in like the early 90s. So this shirt I think is super dope. It is very oversized and it is very specific. I might not hold on to it just because I think I'm gonna have a hard time getting a lot of use out of it. But if you like louder prints, I wanted to include this in this video to show you that you can spice up an otherwise very simple outfit and then also have fun with printed shirts, which are trending right now. This is definitely more of a vintage interpretation of that trend, but it's kind of like another nice proof to see, okay, fashion does come in cycles of 30 years. So this is the beginning of the 90s where this type of shit was popping, and sorry, I just cursed. I don't usually curse anymore on this channel. And now it's the early 2020s, so time for this to come back. Last but not least, look number 7 starts with this beautiful tank top. It used to not be a tank top, someone cut the sleeves off, and I thanked them for it because I think this is a really dope piece. The fit is really dope. And then let me flex my school French really quick. Avoir plus que 40 ans, c'est lorsqu'on commence à dire quand j'avais ton âge. When you get older than 40, that's when you start to say, when it was your age. So it's pretty funny, don't you think? I really like the colors in this as well. It's white, and then we have some black in there, but we've got the green and the purple. Now let me talk about the pants before I pick the color story back up. These are gray acid wash jeans. absolutely would never have picked those out if they were new, just honestly. I forget where they're from. I think these are Levi's as well. A really nice fit, a bit more on the bootcut side again, but I really like how they were in. Jeans especially just look really dope when they're vintage because they've been worn and worn and worn, and denim is a really resilient fabric, so they won't fall apart, but they'll just look better and more worn in. So these are really nice and soft compared to some of the newer jeans that you pop on and they just feel a little bit raw still. And then finish that look off with the Ankari Flores Bordeaux heel tabbed chunky sneaker, which I thought worked really well with this, especially with this very last piece that might actually be my favorite in this entire lineup. It's a McDonald's sweater. For being technically correct, this is a McDonald's sweatshirt, not a sweater. I just misspoke. I have no idea where this color story comes from. I don't know the history of McDonald's. I'm not particularly a big McDonald's fan. I just think it's cool. Love the colors. It's the same colors that we had on the t-shirt, well, former t-shirt. And I thought this looked super dope. We've got a high neck and we still got that combination of the purple with the green, which I think is really strong. It's a standout piece for me without being too overpowering because it's a fairly taken back purple. It's not like an in-your-face purple, if you know what I mean. Really like the fit. It does have a couple of specks on it that are dirty, washed out, bleach. I don't know what happened, but once again, that's something I am willing to look past only if we're talking vintage because I feel like I really like this. And that's, well, honestly, I'm just gonna leave you guys on that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I would love to do these more. Like I actually had a lot of fun shopping these vintage items, especially because I was out with one of my best friends who I used to live with, when I started blogging. So we used to go thrifting and secondhand shopping and vintage shopping so much together. So he's out here in LA and we were doing that together. So it brought back a lot of memories, a lot of really fond memories. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know you can't really shop these pieces, but I hope at least it gave you the inspiration to maybe go out and thrift yourself to see if you can find some cool pieces for yourself on a budget in a sustainable manner. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon with the next video. Until then, as always, stay dapper. Bye, y'all.